Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So with ADA, we still have here conflicts between the yellow count, which is the sell-off count, which goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an ending diagonal, most likely. Got that? Yeah, which is still possible as long as we stay below 33.2 cents. As you can see, this is seriously getting challenged. And the other count is the bullish count. It's actually a breakout count that, in my opinion, will get much more traction and deserves more attention should we really break above that 33.2 cent level. The breakout count goes as follows: wave 1 to the upside here to around 32.2 cents, then a wave 2 down, and then we are now basically in this third wave. There will be a fourth and a fifth. Would like to take the opportunity in this video to detail out and sketch out a little bit the direct breakout count, because we need to be honest, while the wave 2 count or the yellow count, the sell-off count is still possible, we've now pushed again to the 88.7% fib level. And if we get above that level and break out of the ascending channel, this would send us most likely higher into the 34-35 cent region. But at the moment, I also have to say that very clearly, we are still in the channel. We are still constrained by the channel. There's a channel within the channel even. So be aware of that. In addition to that, we're now on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, if you look at the RSI, we're getting into overbought territory. So it's not, it's getting exhausted already. It's pushing against resistance. So resistance is resistance as long as it is resistance and not broken. So be aware that this could still lead to another sell-off. I'm still leaning towards that at the moment because for me the movement to the upside here is just not bullish enough. However, we can consider the breakout count possible. Yeah, we can consider it possible from the low here, which was made at around 29.5 cents. Yeah, which was here on the 21st of November. We can count this as a wave 1 to the upside. I did show you that in one of the previous videos, how this can be counted. Yeah, this can easily be counted as a 5-wave move, but it would have to be a leading diagonal. Then we talked about this wave 2 to the downside, which is basically the correction. We hit with that my support area. Anybody who decided to go long here is now nicely in profit. Not massively, but still not too bad for a few days. And then, and I'm going to take that out now, then we would say that we are in a third wave to the upside. Target for this third wave is around 35 cents. But it all depends on now, how do we count the subwaves now? How do we do this? And the detail is not too relevant, but my view is that from the low here, we can certainly count this as a wave 1 as well. Here, wave 2. Then we moved up in what I would consider a wave 3 to here, then a wave 4 down. This is all, again, another diagonal pattern, and a wave 5 to the upside. I think I had it before like that. 5 waves up would be another wave 1, followed by basically a wave 2 to the downside, and then we've got another 1-2 setup here now with a wave 3. So we've got a lot of 1-2s and 3s, and again, let me just show you, we had here the wave 1, here the wave 2, and we're basically based on that now in the third wave. Then there will be a fourth and a fifth. And then I actually have to change now the wave degree. 1 second, let me do that. Again, this is micro counting. I just want to show you the possibilities here. This is not necessarily high confidence because it's always a mess when you have too many 1-2 setups. You've got too many leading diagonals. It's not great, seriously. And then we would say, okay, based on that, we've got another 1-2 setup here, and we could say we are now in the third wave, 3, 4, 5. And again, to do that, let me just move all of this across. And we're going to tidy up the wave degrees as well. This is always what happens when those movements take long, right? You have to move them. I don't want to choose yellow, maybe whatever, purple. But yeah, no, you can't really read that, can you? So maybe orange. So yeah, this is how the breakout count could work out. A series of 1-2 setups here. Again, that in itself is already a little bit of a warning that if you have too many, it often doesn't work out. The third wave here in orange, that would be the first target we would need to reach. That would take us to 34.3 cents. And obviously the other wave threes, they will then naturally be a bit higher. Then we talk about the Fibonacci extensions. Maybe for the blue wave 3 we talk about 35.8 cents, 36 cents. For the white wave 3 we might talk about the 37 cent level if it all works out. Yeah, but it's not high confidence. It's this obviously was a long trade area down here. Yeah, again, it was not high confidence in working out, but it was low risk, high reward, because you're really buying, or you bought very close to support. Now we've moved quite a distance away from support, so I would now be a bit careful, just because we're pushing into resistance right now, and the yellow count could work out easily. So for me to be more confident in this bullish count, I would now want to reach sort of the 34.5 cent level. That would at least take us out of the channel to the upside. It would tell us that most likely wave 3 has been done, and then this will most likely follow the cascade to the upside. But at the moment, we still need to be aware that the yellow count can work out, which is the sell-off count that could send us in the yellow wave 3 to around 26 cents, and then the yellow wave 5 to around 23 cents. That is still at the moment the preferred option. However, even though I am looking at this other count now and I'm thinking if we break out of the channel, that can certainly send us higher. This does not necessarily mean, even the breakout count here doesn't necessarily need to mean that this is already the actual breakout we're getting into a bull run. It could be, but then there are other, other obstacles along the way. We, for example, need to break above the 43.8 cent level next, because let's be honest, all of this down could just be a wave 1, and we're now moving up in some kind of a wave 2. Okay, so be aware of that as well. Just context is very important. Context is important. So the point I try to make here is that in recent days, what ADA is doing here, if you compare that to some other coins, this does not really suggest that the interest has moved back into this coin. People aren't really too interested yet. Yeah, people aren't really buying the dip. So there is still significant risk of one more low, and that is actually my primary expectation. Okay, and that's my update about ADA. If you like ADA and if you want to support more crypto online, you can also delegate your ADA to our More Crypto Online stake pool. It's still a fairly new pool, still working on it. Well, it's constant work anyway with the pool, but we are still waiting for the first block to be found. But it takes normally stake pools a few weeks to do that anyway. Quite impressed with the growth. We've got over 100 delegators already. So thank you to all of you for your support. Really means a lot, because it means we can carry on with this and hopefully find blocks very, very soon. I'll keep you updated, of course. But if you are interested in supporting MCO and earn passive ADA with your ADA, feel free to check out the links in the video description. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.